how to sell food door to door. For those of you who thought there wasn't a YouTube video made for everything, now you know there is. We'll go over some basics. I'm assuming that you've never done anything at all, so we're going to start with the basics and work our way up. Basics of selling are, first off, no matter what product you're selling, you have to sell yourself. It's very important. If a customer doesn't like you, it doesn't matter how good a deal you got, how good a price you got, how good a promotion you got, they're not gonna buy nothing from you. Or if a customer's mad, how many times you go to the mall when you're mad and you're fighting with your girlfriend, you guys buy a bunch of stuff. Unless you're just somebody different, you very rarely ever do. So those are two things. Customers have to be in the right mood, okay? People buy our product, this specific product that I'm selling right now, because we have the deal. Nothing more, nothing less, and because they like you, and you ask them to help you out. Those three things. We have a deal, they have to like you, and you gotta ask them to help you out. I'll explain to that. There are a lot of reasons why people could go out and go to Kroger's or Walmart and buy their meats, which 99% of the population does. Not everyone's sitting around waiting for the meat man to come knock our door, but for those that just happen to be lucky enough to see our smiling face, here's what we have to offer. We offer gourmet food at a promotional wholesale price that is untouchable by no one else. And I've got a deal right here, right now, today, that you'll never get again. Not in 5 minutes when Daddy gets home, not in 5 o'clock when Mama gets home with the checkbook, not on Friday when you get your paycheck. I got a deal right here, right now, today, now, that I will never give you again. Let's do the deal. What do we got to do? That's a sense of urgency you've got to build with every sale, with every house that you go into. Now, steps to the sale. First off, what we do is 99% canvassing, cold calling, door knocking. And it is a very negative field because 99% of everything that you get is going to be negative. And you have to be able to let that slide off your back and filter through that. When I first got in this industry, I'd been in the car business for over a year. In the car business, your average, you get between 3 and 6 customers a day to sell 15 cars a month. You know, and that's a 12-hour shift. Out here, if you're in a city, you can knock anywhere from 150 to 300 doors. If you're out in the country, you can knock at least 50 doors, driving up driveways. So to get, 90 no's out of 100 doors, people slamming the doors on you, telling you no, they don't buy that stuff, whatever, just negativity, running from the dog, it can mess with your head if you don't let it not be personal. You have to remember it is a numbers game. Math is a beautiful thing in our life because math dictates the rules of how we live and how things are done and precedented. What I'm talking about, that is the law of numbers. It's impossible if I go out here and I knock 100 to 200 doors that I'm not going to find somebody that no matter how bad my presentation is, no matter how bad my product is, or how bad the deal is, I'm going to find somebody out of all those people that's just going to want to say, yes, I'll take a look at what you got. Just because they got nothing else to do, just because they're just the type that just buys everything, just because they're just the type that just is bored and wants to talk to somebody. There's a million reasons. It's a numbers game. So your job every day is to go out and find those 4 or 5 people that will let them show you your product. And then you come in and you sell yourself first, and you sell the company, and then you sell the product and you sell the deal. In that order. I have to tell you, you probably should be taking notes on a lot of this because it's the stuff that you want to remember 6 months from now, next week, 10 years from now. A lot of it I've done forgotten, so I'm a little rusty. First off, when you go to a neighborhood, you never skip a door. Don't matter if there's a car in the driveway or not, you canvass every single house. Because that one house that you skip out of those 20 houses on that neighborhood block, that's going to be the one where Mama's sitting home and because the cars broke down at the garage getting worked on today, she's pissed because she couldn't go to the mall and she's sitting there got the checkbook and she's ready to burn Daddy's check up. You didn't knock on her door, and guess what? That cost you a sale. You knock at every single door in every single neighborhood. Second of all, when you come up to the door, you want to knock on the door. You don't ring the doorbell. You know why? Friends knock on doors. Strangers ring the doorbell, okay? Knock on the door. And if you still don't hear anybody, then of course, then you can go to the doorbell type thing. But I always listen to make sure I can hear the doorbell, because majority of most people's doorbells, if the house is very old at all, the doorbells don't work. So I listen for that too. Same thing you do is once you knock on the door, is you want to take an immediate minimum 5 to 10 feet step back. You don't want to be crowding the door whenever someone comes to the door. If they do, answer it for you. A lot of people won't even answer the doors just because they don't know who you are. And that's where your appearance is important too. But when people come to the door, you want to have a comfort zone where they can open the door and they don't feel like you're going to bum rush them and attack them and mug them and all that stuff. So what I do personally, what I prefer to do is I step all the way off the porch out into the yard. When they open that door, you only have one shot and one shot only to make a first impression. Everybody out there has met somebody several times that they just don't like for whatever reason. I mean, I just looked at people and I just absolutely just don't like them. And that's going to happen to you, unfortunately, out here in the field. There's going to be people that just don't like you, but you only have one chance to make a first impression. And the first thing they should see is a big old smile with a hand wave. Hey, how you doing? A positive affirmation when they come to that door. Your energy that you have to generate at every single door is going to rub off on that customer. You've never bought anything. If you think of any of the big ticket items you bought, or one of the most exciting things that you've ever bought yourself, you didn't buy it from a boring, slow talking, dumbass salesman. You bought it from somebody that had a good product for one thing, of course, but you liked him, and he was energetic, and he was positive, and his energy just seemed to just, don't you hate them people? You're around them, and then all of a sudden you're addicted to them because you got to be around them all the time because their energy just keeps you feed off of it. That's what you have to be able to do at every door. That's the hardest part about our job, is re-energizing yourself when you go from one door to the next. Get over that nose you just got, or that damn dog bite you got on the ankle. Go to the next door, have a big smile, and start all over again. And do that over and over and over every day. That's where you earn the money, the big bucks that we get paid to do. People that can shake that off and do that and be an actor at every door. And that's basically what you are, is you're an actor. You come in at every single door, you will come in with a lot of energy. You will come out there with a promotion that is done right now, today only, and I've got it, something you've never seen before. Just let me show you right now. It takes 2 minutes, just urgency. You got to go urgency right now, urgency. And you got to have that energy at every single door. So that's where you got to be an actor, okay? A lot of people think they can't sell. A lot of people think they can't act. That's impossible. Everybody on this planet is a salesman or an actor. In every single conversation that you've ever had in life, someone was doing two things. One person was selling something, the other person was buying. Whoever was talking was selling, whoever was listening was buying, because they weren't talking. And that's just truth of the fact. Just think about the first time, guys, the first time you chased a piece of ass. You know, if you didn't ask for it, guess what? You wouldn't have got it, would you? You got turned down a few times when you got that first one, didn't you? Same thing in this business. You can't take it personal, man. You can't take it personal. You have to get past the nose to find the people who want to say yes to you. So that's the best analogy I can give you guys, okay? Now, once you make your positive impression, and appearance is everything. I mean, you know, we don't go out and wear suits and ties and stuff like that, but you don't want to go out and not shave in 4 days and just hair not combed. And I mean, you want to look presentable, but you don't want to look like a salesman when you come to the door. If you look like Jehovah's Witness coming up to the door, they're not going to answer that door, okay? So you just want to look casual. You look like a delivery driver. That's what we are. We're delivery drivers / salesmen. Here is a script that you want to write down, verbiage, word for word, and memorize it. Hey, how you doing? I'm not crazy, I promise. I'm Paul. I'm with Mountaineer Foods. Right here doing some deliveries in the area. We have a promotion right now because we're trying to expand our route through your neighborhood. I've got anywhere from $15 all the way up to $20 steaks, big as my head, for around $4 or $5. If you guys like eating good steaks, we give away free chicken, seafood, and pork also. See, I'm nodding my head. I'm trying to get them to say yes. It's a trial close. It's called trial close. Hey, my name's Paul. I'm with Mountaineer Foods. We're doing some deliveries in the area. We're trying to expand our route, so we've got a rebate or we've got a promotion, however you want to word it, today only, where we're giving away a bunch of free chicken and seafood and pork, and I've got $15 to $20 steaks for around $4 or $5. Keywords: 15 to 20. You give them a broad range, and the sale price is around $4 or $5. You don't say $4.10, not $4.14. Because you'll have some people at 1 in 1,000 will break out a calculator and figure it down to the penny what he's paying and down to the pound what he's paying. You want to say around 4 or 5 bucks. That's your hook. When you get somebody, as you're talking through this spiel, you're going to know right away whether they done shut you off because they done heard it 1,000 times, or they just are not interested, or they're just mad, or they were asleep, or they're late for work, whatever. They're going to cut you off, okay? And there's not a whole lot you can do. There's no sense in really beating yourself up and pissing people off when you know for sure that you can't get in the door. Now, when you get to the point and these people are still listening to you as you're going through what I just said, and they're still with you, then you keep on going. You keep on going. Hey, my name's Paul. I'm with Mountaineer Foods. We're doing some deliveries in the area. We're trying to expand our route, so we've got a big promotion going on today. I've never talked to you guys before, so I thought I better check, man. You know, we've got $15 to $20 steaks for around 4 or 5 bucks. You guys like eating good food and saving money, right? I'm giving away some free chicken. Matter of fact, if you guys give me 2 minutes of your time, just 2 minutes of your time, I'll give you something for dinner just for looking. Hang on, I'll be right back. That is what you go roll into. What you want to do is you want to establish, for one, you ain't take 2 minutes of their time. 2, they ain't going to have to spend very much money. 3, they're not obligated to buy. You don't want to come across as a high pressure salesman. And they're going to get something free for doing it. That's what everybody wants. So you have to assume the sale at this point. If they don't tell you no, you have to turn around and you have to walk to the truck. And you turn around and you walk. Very important. You walk to that truck until they holler at you and they stop you. If they turn around and say, hang on, let me show you, I'll be right back. And you start walking the truck and you get all halfway to the truck, then they holler at you, then you turn around. Other than that, you go get the food, you go get me, the manager, whoever you're working with, and you let them come and close your deal until you're comfortable closing your deal as a new salesperson. That's called the hook. Or that, actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's called the hook. You get someone on the hook, it's like fishing. You get someone on the hook, now you're trying to reel them in. Once you get someone hooked, they want to look at the food. That's the whole goal. You have to get the food in front of the customer, okay? You will never, ever, 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 ever sell a box or a steak or a case of food without getting that food in front of them. I don't care what they say, what they want, what you got to do. You have to get the food from your truck into their house. Now, here's the key. When you get the food, for one, you want to build urgency. Deals right here, right now, today. I got 1 left. I just got like 3 left, man. I'm just trying to finish up my route for the day. If you can use anything, if you can help me out with anything, man, not only will I give you a great deal, I mean, I'll give you a bunch of free food, just whatever. You build an urgency. So when you get that hook, you don't lollygag your ass back to the truck. You run back to the truck and get your food. I mean, you're building urgency. You got to go. The deal's right here, right now, today. As you're bringing the food back, what I'm doing as I'm walking away is I always try to get as much food in front of the customer as possible. If you're pitching what's called doubles, triples, and quads in freezer deals, you'll be selling cases. If you're just pitching cases, you're going to be selling boxes. What I mean by that is, if you're selling a freezer deal, which is where we're giving a brand new freezer, we'll fill it full of all our food for, you know, a couple $1,000 at least. Or if you pitch a quad, which is 4 cases, triples 3, doubles 2 cases of any steak, chicken, seafood, or pork is what we specialize in. You got to pitch freezer deals, quads, triples, doubles, cases, and then boxes in that order. You got to have a presentation that breaks all the way down from the biggest, most you can ask for, down to the least. And it will blow your mind when you finally get the balls out here to ask for the money, what people will pay you for this food. But one beautiful thing about what we do is it's not like being a car salesman where you're trying to make as much gross as possible on people, so you can make a big commission. We have a wonderful product that we can sell at whatever price we sell it for. It's a deal compared to what they'll pay for at the store. It's a good product. It's got a good guarantee. Blah, 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 blah. And you can save them money. It's a beautiful thing about what we do. You don't have to feel guilty about taking anybody's money, because for one thing, everybody's got to eat. Not everybody can afford steaks. Most people don't buy it, but a lot of people don't buy steaks in the neighborhoods we work because they don't have the money to do it. Guess what? You're Santa Claus. You can give Daddy some room on his budget so he can feed family some steaks this week. So, back to what I was saying, as I'm walking away from the door, when I got him on the hook, hey, my name's Paul, I'm Mountaineer Foods. I'm doing some deliveries in the area. Listen, I've been coming out here for years, never have talked to you guys. Man, you guys like eating good steaks and chicken? Silly question, right? Yeah, I told you. The reason why I'm asking is because I've got, you know, anywhere from $15 all the way up to $20 steaks for around $4 or $5. T-bones, ribeyes, New York strips, fillets, that type of stuff. You guys like good steaks like that? Great, because I'm giving away a bunch of free food, man. I'm just trying to finish my route up. If you could use anything, matter of fact, if you guys give me 2 minutes of your time, I'll give you something for dinner just for looking. I don't care whether you buy anything or not. You got 2 minutes? Hang on, I'll be right back. You turn around, you walk away. As you're walking away, when you know you've got far enough away that they're not going to stop you. By the way, what do you guys want for free today? Do you guys like chicken, seafood, or pork better? Oh, we like it all. Well, then you bring it all up, all 4 cases. Well, we like steak and chicken. You make sure you bring the steak and chicken. Whatever it is they say they like, or as much food as you can, you get up in front of them, okay? Then you start your presentation. We'll go into freezer deals, quads, triples, and doubles, and stuff like that. I'm going to go over the basics of serving food. When you come in the house, when you come back with the food, the first thing you want to do is don't let them come out to the truck. If they go to walk out to the truck, hang on, I'll bring the food to you. Well, that's all right, I'll walk on out there. I'll save you a trip. No, it's okay, I'll bring it to you, sir, Mr. Customer. No, it's all right, I'll walk out. Well, no, sir, you really don't understand. The health department will find me if I show them the street. Let me at least just bring it up, off the street. Oh, okay, that's no problem. I've never had anybody tell me no. When you take control and tell them that you'll bring the product to them, and for one, it's in their best what's the word? The best advice, for you not to show on the street, because guess what? You're going to get in trouble with the health department. Nobody wants to buy anything that's been in trouble with the health department. So you bring the food up to the porch, and as you come up to the porch, by the way, it's a little hot out here, or it's a little cold out here, or whichever the situation may be. I don't want to freeze you. You come up and you wipe your feet. So our combined chef, combined insurance company, they were infamous. They're knocking on your door, and they were pitching you. The whole time they were talking to you, they were wiping your feet, hoping you would invite them in. They were assuming as hell that you were going to invite them in. So if you come up on the porch and you're carrying a case of food, you want to be wiping your feet. You mind if I step in on just inside the door real quick, so I don't freeze to death or so I don't burn you up? I'll take my shoes off. And of course, most people are going to say, oh, no problem. Unless they have dogs or houses are nasty and they're ashamed of it, stuff like that. So I won't let you in that house to show them food. They're not going to buy nothing from you. They don't trust you enough to let you inside of their door at this point. If you haven't sold yourself enough at this point, they're not going to buy nothing from you, okay? You waste your time. So now is a good time for you just to practice your presentation, because I promise you that's what it's going to be. When you get through the door, the next job, once you got from the truck to the yard to the porch, now you're inside the house, now you want to get to the kitchen. You got some place where we can do this with a little bit more room. How's the kitchen look? What you want to do is you want to be in the kitchen close to that refrigerator. Because one of the biggest objections you're going to have is they don't have enough room to store this food. And if you're not near that refrigerator and you can't figure out how much room they really have, then guess what? They just beat you in the head right there. You're done. You're done. So you get to the kitchen. Once you get to the kitchen, the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you do the demonstration the same way every time. You want to do a complete presentation. You want to cover as many objections in your presentation while you can before they come up. And you want to make sure that you incorporate as many trial closes as you can in your presentation. And that's something that I've gotten bad at over the years. It's just easy to forget. It's easy to do. When you start skipping steps and you start rewriting the book is where you'll start seeing a big change in your paycheck. This industry's been around since the 80s. It's been done by millions and millions and millions of times. There's a system that works. It's proven that it works. If you come in and you do exactly what we're telling you how to do it, when you do it, you will make money. You come in and you start changing stuff, rewriting the book, you're going to see a big dent in your paycheck. But a lot of people, after they've been in business for a while too, they'll start skipping steps. They'll start skipping trial closes. They'll start skipping this, start skipping that, and you'll start seeing, why ain't I selling? And eventually, at some point, somebody will tell you, because they're nice enough to help you out, or you'll just finally ding on you that, you've got to be doing this, and you should be doing this. So, point being is, there's many ways to do this demonstration. Here's the basics. I always get on my knees, because I want the customers to feel comfortable. Customers are almost always standing up or at least sitting down. You won't be standing over top of the customer and dominating, okay? The first thing I do is I always show them food. This is the food, whatever company you're selling, it's all natural, it's all choice feed. And I pick whatever steak box that has USDA choice on it first, and I show it first. So if you notice, our steaks are USDA inspected, just like our restaurants get, okay? And then I go from there. So I start with the fillets. This is the right side of the T-bone. This is your tenderloin. And I start with the New York strips. Man, and I take a steak out and I hand it to the customer. I make the customer touch that steak. They have to feel it, touch it, own it mentally. Think about being in their belly in the freezer before they're going to buy that, okay? So that's why you have to get them to touch it. Plus, they need to know that it's frozen, that it's fresh, that it's good quality. So if you got to shove it to them, you hand that customer a steak and you let them touch that New York strip. But I don't give them my smallest, skinniest steak. I give them my biggest steak, my prettiest steak, my thickest steak, okay?
So I show them New York strips and say, man, that's a nice cut looking steak, and you see there's no fat on there. We restaurant trim everything, which means you get 30 to 40% less fat and bones less than you do your average grocery store. So we save you a bunch of money there also. Boom, take the steak back. Because guess what? Until they buy that steak's yours. It goes back in the box. It's called a takeaway. Now when they're cutting those New York strips, the ones that don't need size and weight, because those steaks that are 14 ounces when I showed you, they're almost a pound, this customer. They can take and grind up into patties. This is all sirloin patties. There's 2 patties in a pack, okay, or there's 3 in a pack, whatever the case may be. There's 2 to 12 or 18. They're 90% lean. What you see is what you get. These won't shrink. These won't shrink. So when you cook these, Mr. Customer, you gotta have the big one, because I mean these things ain't gonna shrink. My wife, she also takes it and puts it in chili, lasagna, spaghetti. It has a lot more flavor. Okay. You notice I'm telling a story with every box that I'm showing. Story sell, facts tell. Remember that. I'll explain that a little bit later. This is a Delmonico ribeye, which you can only get at a restaurant normally. You never seen Delmonico in a grocery store. You know, it's anxious ribeye, probably the leanest one you ever seen. There's no fat on the edges, just the natural marbling in the middle is what makes a steak tender. A lot of people don't realize that, don't really know their food, but the marbling in the middle, which looks like showing you my last 2 boxes of food when I realized my phone had just caught on fire by the stove, so we had to cut off there. But I showed you the first 3 boxes, and I was showing you the ribeyes and the marbling, explaining what marbling is. There's a difference between fat and marbling. And the last steaks I showed would be the filet of the Princess Cuts New York strips. It's a smaller cut. It has a lot of marbling in it. I handed to him also. The last steak I show is the T-bone. It's the biggest and thickest steak that I got. That's the one I want to finish up with. I want to finish strong. Once you do that, you want to get them to do some trial closes, which is, does everything look all right? Would you guys eat it if it was free and in your freezer? That type of stuff. You know, get them to mentally take ownership of it. That's what's called trial closes. Once you set them up and you get agreed, then you just basically come right out and ask them, you know, if I get the deal right enough, if I can save you enough money, could you guys help me out? Notice I'm not asking them to buy anything. I'm not asking them to sell them anything. I'm asking them to help me out. That's the biggest mistake the salesmen make, is getting those words mixed up. If they like you, they will buy from you anyhow. But if they like you, they will help you out. So that is where the close stops, and we will take up the rest.